Hello and welcome to this special edition of Talk Time. My guest today is Mr. Pradyot Debbarma, founder of Tipra Motha, Royal Scion of Tripura, as well as the most vocal tribal voice from the state. Mr. Pradyot Debbarma, welcome to my show.
Thank you for having me, Wasbir.
It's always a pleasure. Now you see, we all know about the controversy created by the ad hoc leader of Bangladesh, Muhammad Yunus. During his visit to China last fortnight, he said that Northeast is landlocked. Therefore, he has given an open invitation to China, come and open shop in Bangladesh territory along the strategic northeastern region, expand your operations. More or less, I'm paraphrasing, that's what he said, which is a direct interference on India's internal affairs almost. Now, several people commented on this, but yours was the most sharpest of the responses. You said, if necessary, India should break up Bangladesh and snatch its access to the sea. Now, my question is it practical or was it an emotional outburst?
See, statements are never made purely on emotions. Of course, emotions and sentiments are very important. But when a leader of a neighboring country, you may call him ad hoc, you may call him interim, but when a leader from a neighboring country makes a statement which says that the northeast of India is landlocked, and if China, and he makes a statement from China and says that if Chinese want to come to the northeast or come to Bangladesh and invest, that's well and fine, but northeast is landlocked. When you make a statement like this, you are indirectly threatening, and you're talking about the chicken's neck, you're indirectly threatening the northeast because of its strategic isolation from the rest of the country,
right.
The geographical isolation. That's a indirect threat to us, the people of northeast, to our country, and I think it is very important for us to bell the cat, and that's what I've done. It's not an emotional outburst.
So
it's an outburst because it is about a survival of our identity, and it's about our future prospects as an economic.
Absolutely. Now, do you look at it as Muhammad Yunus's call, the action he did, what he said, that come and open shop, you can expand your operations, northeast is landlocked, we are the guardian of the sea. Do you think Muhammad Yunus indirectly urged China to come and encircle India?
Yes, that's what exactly he meant. The string of pearls which anyway China has been trying to do. I think what Muhammad Yunus has done is he's tried to leverage the access to the Chittagong ports as a luring point to the Chinese to come, and in a way what's happening in Sri Lanka with Hambantota port, the same thing should happen with Chittagong Hill ports. And let's not forget that port is just a few kilometers away from Tripura, from the Feni River, from Sabru. So and let's not also forget that the population there are largely indigenous in that area.
Absolutely. Now another thing I'd like to ask you, you also said that, as you said, Tripura is a stone's throw from Bangladesh. It shares a 856 kilometer long border with Bangladesh, out of a total of almost 1890 kilometers that in Northeast shares with Bangladesh. Now, my point is, you said that the tribal people who live in the Chittagong hill tracts of Bangladesh, which are the Tripuris, the Chakmas, the Khasis, the Garos and others, you said that they are, any case, they have been keen to join India ever since 1947. Now, my question, how do you know that? Are you in touch with somebody, some people who have they ever come across and told you at any point of time that they want to merge with India, they would be happy to be a part of India rather than being a part of Bangladesh?
More than anybody wanting to merge with India, when the population of that region feels alienated from their mother nation, how have the Chakmas been treated in Bangladesh when the Kaptai Dam took place? How have the Tiprasa people been treated in Bangladesh? Garos, the Manipuris, there are Kukis there. How have the Khasis been treated? They demolished the statue of Tirat Singh when Sheikh Hasina was removed. They burnt libraries which was made by Maharaja Bir Chandra Manikya. The people are not allowed to get proper, you don't have proper access to parts of Khagrachari, Bandarban, Chittagong Hill Tracts. You need special permission to go there. The people have been isolated, and let's not forget that when 1947, when the independence of India happened, in Chittagong Hill Tracts, the tricolor of India was flying for almost 72 hours.
3 days.
3 days. They were all hoping that they thought that this would be a part of India, because it was majority it was a Chakma, Tiprasa dominated area. And then they were given a rude shock, and East Pakistan came, and took it over. So I think historically it is very clear. Of course, I've had interactions. I've been to Bangladesh quite a few times myself. I have a lot of people from my community who come over from Bangladesh from time to time and talk.
Yeah.
We have contacts in Bangladesh. I visited them last time and had gone last year. I was not allowed to go because you need special permit. But then many of them have met me in Dhaka, they've met me in Kumilla, they've met me in different parts of Bangladesh. And they do share a deep traditional, cultural, linguistic alliance with our people, and there are sentiments.
Yeah. Now another thing that I'd like to know is that, you see, you said that 1947 CHT actually should have been a part of India then. And you also said that we lost another opportunity in 1971, yes, when India helped liberate Bangladesh from Pakistan. What do you actually mean? Do you mean to say that, okay, we have lost it in 1947 and 1971, we should have annexed Chittagong Hill Tracts? Is that what you mean?
I mean, as late as 2015, we were sharing enclaves. For our role, our soldiers gave up lives for the creation of Bangladesh, or you would say liberation of Bangladesh. It was based on solemn friendship. Mrs. Gandhi, in her wisdom at that moment, thought that Bangladesh would be a friend of India, and hence we did not push for it. But logically speaking and strategically speaking, we should have had access to the Chittagong Hill Tracts, which was always traditionally ours. The historical largestness of the Indian nation has cost us dear. Let's not forget how after Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was assassinated, how insurgency through ISI was promoted, which affected Northeast. Insurgent outfits from Tripura, from Meghalaya, from Assam, from different parts of Manipur, yeah, they were given shelter, refuge in Bangladesh. They were initially in Bhutan, and once they left Bhutan, they all came to Bangladesh. This is the same country which we helped liberate. So I think till the time India does not speak from a position of strength, we will always try to appease a country which has not been able to, which has been very ungrateful to us. Now, in fact, they have been, let me say one thing, Wasbir, they have been ungrateful to the founding father. I saw what they did to Sheikh Mujibur statue, the man who gave up his life for the creation of Bangladesh. They have vandalized
and brought down
if they do not, in India,
statues.
can you do that to Mahatma Gandhi? You cannot. But they have done that to Sheikh Mujibur. What was his role? Nothing. But they have vandalized his statue. So if they are not even grateful to their founding father, why do you think they will be a good friend of ours?
Absolutely, absolutely. That is the point. I also agree with you. A country or a section of its people who can vandalize the statue, bring down the statue of their founding father, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, just because he was Sheikh Hasina's father, that speaks a lot, and the Bangladeshi people will have to answer a lot as far as that is concerned. Now, another thing, Mr. Pradyot Debbarma, earlier today in Thailand, as part of the where the BIMSTEC summit is going on, after the summit, we found Mohammad Yunus and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, they met. These are the visuals on the screen. Now, do you think Mohammad Yunus is likely to mend his ways after this meeting with Prime Minister Modi? What do you think?
Well, it depends how firm the handshake was from Modi's side. But if his handshake is firm, then Mohammad Yunus should understand the power of India. India as a nation is way more economically, politically and democratically powerful than Bangladesh. And Mohammad Yunus going to China and inviting Chinese to pick up a fight with India over Bangladesh will never happen, because let's be very honest, China as much as it claims to be a communist country, is a market-driven economy,
Yes.
and they will never spoil relationship with India over Bangladesh. They may have a problem with India regarding the Tibetan plateau, regarding different parts of border, but over Bangladesh, China is not going to ruin its trade relationship with India, because India is a huge trading partner, and any souring of our relationship because of Bangladesh, because of external politics, will not happen.
Now, Bangladesh has already got a royal snub from the Trump administration in the United States. Now they have showered its relations with India. It is not just Yunus's statement that he made in China during his visit last fortnight, Mr. Pradyot Debbarma. The moment Mohammed Yunus took over after the ouster of Sheikh Hasina on the 5th of August last year, Bangladesh invited the Pakistani army to come and train its soldiers. And we also know what the Bangladeshis were doing to the minority Hindus in Bangladesh. Despite India's prodding, they have been on a denial mode. But now the point is, do you think Bangladesh can afford to antagonize India, put their eggs in one basket, that is the basket that is the Chinese basket?
First of all, they didn't only target the Hindus, they also targeted the Buddhists, who are Chakmas, Mogs. They targeted the Christians, there is a significant Christian population, and they targeted the Hindu population. They also killed many Muslims who were loyalists of Sheikh Hasina. So, these people represent no religion. You know, I think we have to make that very clear, that the so-called fundamentalist student organizations, they represent their own self-interest. They are putting religion in front to get their political objective.
Absolutely.
Second point, which you have said, directly answering your question, they have no option. As much as they are talking about being, what did Mohammed Yunus say? He is the guardian of the ocean.
Guardian of the ocean.
He
Yes.
is hostage. And one side there is India, and the other side there is water, and he is locked between ocean and India. And his country, the way its low-lying areas are, and with the global warming, the country is getting smaller by the day, and there will come a time that they need to realize they are no longer guardians, they are held hostage.
Absolutely. Now,
they need good relationship with everyone of us, especially India.
Absolutely. And as our Prime Minister said, BIMSTEC region is very, very important for Northeast India. And as our External Affairs Minister said, the road linkages, the trilateral highway connecting India, Myanmar and Thailand, and that road actually leads up to the Pacific Ocean. And so, it will be absolutely shallow to call Northeastern region actually a landlocked state, because there are alternative routes. And as our Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma has already said, that there needs to be an alternative route, there has to be routes underneath as well to connect Northeastern region to the Indian mainland. We will take a very short break. When I come back, I will speak to Mr. Pradyot Debbarma on politics in Tripura and what the Tipra Motha, that is the party he founded, is doing for the tribal people at this juncture. Don't go away, I'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm in conversation with Tipra Motha founder and Royal Scion Pradyot Debbarma. Mr. Pradyot Debbarma, during the last 4 days, you held 4 public rallies in the tribal heartland of Tripura. Now, the last was yesterday. It was a massive rally at Udaipur. Now, my question is, you are a part of the government. Tipra Motha is a part of the BJP-led government in Tripura. The Tiprasa Accord has already been signed. There is no election in sight. Now, what is the objective? Why are you holding these massive rallies?
See, this is the time to go and talk to people in our villages, our Tiprasa community, that this is what we are doing and this is our position of the party and me as the leader. When you go only to your people during election, then I don't go there as Bobagra, I go there as a political leader asking for votes. I am not asking for votes. I am trying to tell my people that there are many challenges. We have signed an accord, but the accord will only be implemented if we remain together, if we stop fighting as politicians, if we stop fighting as political parties. We have to keep the interest of our dopha, which is our community, above our political party. So, my entire exercise of going and meeting people, reaching out to them, is that they should understand what we are doing in Delhi, what we are doing in Agartala, what we are doing in the assembly. And just because we have been elected does not mean that we keep quiet and we only come and talk to our people during elections. So, my party president B.K. Rankhol is not well, and since he is in hospital in West Bengal, so I said that okay, I will take the party and I will take the challenge. I will go and meet my people. I will explain to them, and they should also, they voted us to power. It is our job to explain what we are doing, not only before elections, but even when there are no elections.
Now you see, the accord was signed in 2024, nearly a year later. Are you a happy man? Because on and off you keep raising that accord is not being implemented, you are not happy and all. What is this? What is your position today?
My position is pressure to rakhna padega. Just because we have signed an accord does not mean that we can go back to a living room and put our legs on top of a table and relax. This accord is for the benefit of our people, but there are many points where I have our party have a point of view, Government of India has a different point of view, state government has their own point of view. Now, just because the state government or the Government of India has a different point of view from our Tiprasa point of view, and just because it is the Government of India does not mean that I will dilute my people's sentiment. I have not been elected by the people of Haryana or by people of Uttar Pradesh or people of West Bengal. I have been elected by my Tiprasa people. So, I have my responsibility in putting my points across, and if the Government of India can convince me that they are right, I will listen to them, and if I can convince the Government of India that this is what our genuine sentiment is, then they should listen to us. So, that is where it is a tripartite talk. We have made a lot of progress, but there are some issues where I think if I dilute my position, it will harm my people's future. That is why I am sticking to my point, and now the Government of India will have to also realize I am not asking 1 rupee for myself, I am asking something for my people. So, it is not about power, it is about delivery of promises that has to be implemented.
Now, I understand that that's why I am asking you this question to you directly. I understand that you are once again going to New Delhi, you are meeting the Union Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah in a day or two or in a few days from now.
I am going to go to Delhi, I am going to meet the Home Minister. I am not going to go alone, I am going to go with my team, and basically the Home Minister also is quite well versed with what has happened in Tripura. He acknowledges that Tripura used to be a Tiprasa, tribal dominated state. What happened in Bangladesh is one of the main reasons why many people came over to Tripura. Now, obviously, we cannot expect that they will all go back to Bangladesh, but the Tiprasa people who are living in Tripura, who have sacrificed so much by allowing people to come and stay in the state for rightful reasons, because they were being persecuted. Now, do not take anything away from the Bengalis, but give something additional to the Tiprasa people. So, our Tiprasa people's children have a better future. Just because not mine, but Tiprasa people worked in Rega does not mean that their children will work in Rega. We have our script, we want our children to learn English, we want to write exams in a language we are comfortable in. These are issues. We want land rights, we want direct funding, we want our own economy to develop, and it does not mean that we take away from the other people living in the state. Government of India needs to come out and give money to us, give us our constitutional rights, so we can live and catch up with the rest of the country.
Now your critics, you have a lot of critics, and a lot of leaders always have critics. You also have critics. Now, your critics point out that you are all the time trying to keep the bigger partner, that is the BJP, on tenterhooks. You are all the time giving indirect indications that you will pull out of the coalition, so on and so forth, although the BJP in any case have the numbers. But now, is it true that you are all the time on a threatening mode? That is the allegation against you.
Now, who is given that allegation? The communists have making this allegation, and there are some immature elements on both sides of the political spectrum which make such allegations and which also threaten. All I have said is Mr. Amit Shah, the Home Minister of India, came down to Tripura and promised that the lives of the indigenous people of Tripura will become better. Now, I did not say that, Amit Shah said it. He is the Home Minister of India. Now, if the Tiprasas feel that this is what they require, then Amit Shah, as what he has promised to the people of Tripura, needs to deliver. I am not threatening, but I am also telling you one thing, Wasbir. What is the use of being in power when you cannot help your people? So, if I cannot help my people, then we do not need to be in power. We do not need to be in power, because we were not elected to becoming ministers and MLAs. We were elected to give something which is better than what we already had before. And so, I am conscious of that fact. I cannot betray my community, I cannot betray my people. I have an association personally with my people, with my family for the last 1000 years. Where will I go when I die? I will have to die in Tripura, and if I die in Tripura and my people say that he cheated us, I cannot live with that. So, I have to speak out, and I do that with respect. I met the Chief Minister 2-3 days ago. He is a gentleman. I speak respectfully, but I speak with firm conviction. इन लोगों को लगता है कि बदतमीजी करने से ही आप स्ट्रांग हैं. मैं पोलाइट होके भी अपना पोजीशन फर्मली रख सकता हूं, एंड दैट्स व्हाट आई डू. दैट्स व्हाई माय एमएलएस have spoken in the assembly. My minister, I don't think ever Jitendra Chaudhary, the CM, the minister in CPM, or NC Debbarma, who was IPFT minister when Biplab Dev was the chief minister, ever spoke sitting in the treasury bench for the interest of the people. We have actually spoken, and the chief minister has also replied on Cockborrock in Roman script. So, it is my job to speak, and I will keep on doing that, and I will do so without being badtameez or rude to our alliance partner.
Right. Now, you still talk about a greater Tipraland. What does it mean in the post-accord context? Greater Tipraland, when you say greater Tipraland, means adding territories. That is the general impression that people get.
Yes.
Now, you have signed an accord and you are still using the term greater Tipraland.
Yes.
Now, would you explain that meaning now?
Tell me something. Every party has a core ideology. BJP came in power in 1998 with Mamata Banerjee, Chandrababu Naidu. They did not have the numbers. So, they had a common minimum program, but yet they kept on saying, as a party we want 370 abolished, and we want what do you call Ram Mandir to be built. Now, we are talking about greater Tipraland. We do not have the numbers to get greater Tipraland today, but that is the ideology of our party, and that sentiment will remain till one day we have our numbers, or we are there to affect numbers and we become a factor, and for that factor to happen we need to be united, Thansa. Now, in the accord or in the Constitution of India, tell me where is it written that Article 2(3) is unconstitutional. Everybody, from a small state to a big state, they all have a right to raise something which is available in the Constitution of India. I am using it. As long as it is not illegal, unconstitutional, I have a right to raise that demand.
Absolutely.
It is up for many other people to accept or not accept, but I cannot be arrested, I cannot be called anti-national, I cannot be called Ugrapanthi for asking for greater Tipraland. Today, we are talking about Bangladesh before this. Today, when I spoke about Chittagong hill tracts, many people said, oh, greater Tipraland. When I speak about Bandarban, Khagrachari, then they say greater Tipraland. So, then those people who did not vote for me, those people who opposed me, they say he is talking the right things. The Communist Party, Wasbir, if I may indulge you, the Communist Party attacked me, saying, why do you want to provoke Bangladesh? Why do you want to go to war with Bangladesh? Why are you being so aggressive towards Bangladeshis? Manik Sarkar, his grandfather, his father, why did they come to Tripura? They came to Tripura, nobody leaves their homeland. Their properties were burnt, their homes were destroyed, their friends and brothers were killed, and out of desperation, they left their homes and they came to Tripura and they took refuge. Today, the same Communist Party has sympathy
Right.
for what Bangladesh is doing and provoking us regarding landlocked areas. So, Manik Sarkar should look into his own grandfather and his parents, why they came to Tripura. And they came to Tripura, we allowed them here because we understood what was happening.
Absolutely.
And today, they should
Absolutely.
stop defending Bangladesh and stand with people like us, who are
Absolutely.
actually belling the cat. And I am very shocked how many leaders have spoken out against what Muhammad Yunus has said in Tripura. So-called protectors of India.
Let's hope after this meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi today, and where Prime Minister Modi has said that one should refrain from indulging in rhetorics as far as the neighborhood is concerned. I think that is a very clear message to Muhammad Yunus, that don't indulge in rhetorics. On that note, we'll end this very engaging conversation. Mr. Pradyot Debbarma, thank you very much for speaking to me on Talk Time.
Belaino Hambai, thank you for having me, Wasbir.
Welcome. Also, always a pleasure.